but I'll definitely hang it up in my game room.
Yeah,
So.
cool. And I think when we saw you here last year, you were engaged, but you were not yet married.
I am. I'm married now.
Okay,
Yep,
now,
yes,
I know you
sir.
got to know this. What day did you get married?
April 6th.
Okay. So how's married life been?
It's been good. It's been good. I mean, just she's actually in Europe right now, so
Wow.
yeah. So she'll be there for 2 weeks. So it's gonna be the longest we've been apart since we first met. So, I mean, but it's going good.
And you guys were high school sweethearts?
Yes, sir. We met my sophomore year summer.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't remember.
No, you're fine.
What's your wife's name?
Grace.
Grace. Okay, I can spell that. Do you mind if I ask what she's doing in Europe?
She actually just went on a trip with her aunts. Her cousins studying abroad over there, so they all went out there to see her.
What country?
Just Italy.
Italy. Okay,
Yep.
that's a nice one to go to. I've been to the Olive Garden.
Okay.
Oh
yeah.
To have Coach Adams going into your third year here at the university.
Man, I love playing for Coach Adams. I feel like he really made me into the player I am today. I mean, I was a whole different player when I first got here, and he really transformed me. And I mean, it doesn't matter how well I perform or how good I'm doing. He's always going to find the thing that I could do better to make sure I become the best I could possibly be.
Defense as a whole year too. I mean, what will the country see in the Razorback?
I mean, I feel like from spring, I mean, we rally around a lot better. We got a lot more leadership on the team this year. Guys like Campbell, I mean, really stepping up and taking on a leadership role, realizing it's getting towards the end of his college career, and he's ready to take in that role and really stepped up to the plate. And, I mean, he's being a big-time leader. You got Jaden Johnson, another guy who's, I mean, big-time leader. And I feel like as an overall unit, we're a lot more tight-knit this year. I feel like a lot of other years it was kind of you're cool with your group, D-line cool, linebackers cool, DB's cool. But I feel like this year, I mean, it's kind of all mixed together. And, I mean, that's as a team as well because, I mean, for the most part, I've never really liked offensive players. I've always been like, oh, I got to go against you every day. I don't like you. But this year, I mean, I've grown a really close relationship with, I mean, a guy like Fernando Carmano. I go against him every day. And it's more so like we know on the field we're both going 100, but at the same time, after each play, we're like, this is why I won this rep. Like, you could do better with this. We're helping each other out to make each other better. And, I mean, I feel like as a unit, we're really tight-knit this year.
You had an opportunity to probably test the NFL waters, but what was it that brought you back to Arkansas for your season?
Man, I'm trying to have a winning season. You know, I started my first year at LSU. We had a mediocre year that year. I think it was 6-6. Went to the Texas Bowl. Next year, we went to the Liberty Bowl, 7-win season. And last year, bad season. So I really want to finish my college career with a bang. Every time I get on an interview or I talk with somebody, I always tell them, since a kid, my main goal was to play in the SEC and not just play in it, but dominate the SEC. So, I mean, that was my goal as a kid before any thoughts of NFL. And I reached it to the SEC, and now my goal is to obviously go to the NFL. But, I mean, I got to complete my initial goal. So really wanted to come back and, I mean, have a dominating season as a team, not just an individual player. And, I mean, really get those wins.
Give me one word to describe this defense in 2024.
I mean, tough. I'd say tough. Got a real tough team, so.
We asked Andrew over there, can you walk us through the fit selection today?
Yeah, I actually got this made by the guy who customized my wedding suit. His name's Karn. We got the Alexander McQueen's, got the pants. This is the interior. So got that, and then I picked out this tie yesterday to match the suit.
In terms of individually, obviously you had a great season last year. Coming into this year, where was the focus for you to improve and to grow?
Pass rush, for sure. My pass rush, I need to develop that more. Secondary moves, not just stalling out after my first move doesn't hit. Really that, and then also being heavier on the run game.
You talked about, being friendlier with the offense. Coach Pittman talked about the leadership style of Jalen. What have you seen from him in that department?
Man, he's real vocal. I mean, I've seen a lot of leaders that aren't very vocal, but at quarterback you need a vocal leader who's going to let it be known that this is his team. And, I mean, I respect that. I feel like I'm definitely one of the main leaders on the team. But, I mean, I know Taylor's the quarterback. The only way you win ball games is if the quarterback, it's his team. And he's taken that role and really has dove into it. And, I mean, everybody on the team respects him. Everybody on the team really believes in what he says. So, I mean, I think he'll do really good for our offense.
They're releasing the media voting here for order teams going conference. I think they release it Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm guessing Arkansas won't be picked super high. Like if you guys are picked, I don't know, 13th or 14th or whatever, hopefully higher. But what are your thoughts on that?
Man, really don't look into it too much. You know, our main goal is whatever the media thinks about our team doesn't really matter because, I mean, we're a whole new team. College football is a different game now. I mean, we got guys like, Talon, for example. He wasn't here last year. Nobody knows how he's going to be for our team, and I think he'll be phenomenal for our team. Another guy, JJ, great running back. I feel like he'll be great for our team. We got so many transfers in that our team's not the same team. And I mean, not even the same coaching staff. We got Coach Petrino's a phenomenal coach. I'm really excited to watch his offense go this season. So overall, I think we're a much better team than the media will portray us to be. So we all just kind of don't look at that because all it does is kind of bring us down. So stay away from that and be who we know we can be.
Yeah. And of course, you guys don't get to hit Talon in the spring, which is a strategy for everybody. But maybe seeing him run and the whistle blows or you touch him or something, just how big a factor do you think he can be in the running game?
Oh, he'll be. I mean, that's why I feel like he'll fit really well in Coach Petrino's offense. They allow him to get the ball in his hand a lot, and when it's in his hand, I mean, he could take off and go with it, and he could run really fast, and he moves really well, and he's not some small quarterback that can move like that. He's, 6'7", 230, and not easy to take down. So I think it's going to be really good watching him run.
He looks kind of like, at least a few years ago, he could have been a DN. With the big arms and all that.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I don't know if he would have started over me, but probably by me.
We asked Andrew about, obviously, the new NCAA football game. You got a chance to play it as well.
I have.
He's a cheat code. How do you feel about your rating that game?
I like my rating. I don't like my speed. They kind of screwed me on that. So, but overall, I think the biggest cheat code on our team is Isaiah Satania on the game. That dude can fly.
He said Satania broke like 6 tackles in some video or something like that. If you're telling Arkansas fans how to use the Razorbacks in the game, what's the strategy besides Satania?
Man, putting Satania on a slant route, Luke has on a fade. You throw it to Luke, he could be in triple coverage, he's going to catch it. So, overall, just Luke and Satania.
I'm not a big electronic games guy, you might imagine. Would you mind asking what your rating and your speed are?
My overall rating's 91, and my speed rating's like a 76, 75, which I don't like at all.
It's based on 100?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I don't like at all because.
What would you do your speed at?
If it was based off just D lineman, I'd be a 99. But if it's based off overall speed, I'd say at least mid-80s. At least mid-80s. I've ran with linebackers. In our competition drills the other day, they had me going against Talon. So.
You guys, have you been clocked in the 40?
We have not, actually.
Okay, that's
we have
right.
not.
You want to pull it.
Yeah, but.
Going crazy out there.
Yes, sir.
I could do a whole segment that's just you guys teaching Bob how to
that would be like a 3-parter or something.
Man.
How early did you guys have to get up today to make the flight?
You really didn't have to wake up too early. I woke up at 5:30 because we got to the airport at 6:30. The flight took off probably 6:45. So woke up at 5:30, got ready, got my clothes together, went to Chick-fil-A, got 2 chicken biscuits, and then went to the airport.
Okay. You get up pretty early anyway for working out?
Or
what time do you get up on a normal day?
On a normal day, I won't wake up till I'll wake up about 7:30, 8 because my workout time's not till 1:30.
Okay.
So I'll wake up at about 7:30, 8, go up to the facility, watch some film, kind of get some homework done at the academic center.
Your wife's not there to make sure your wife said you make sure you had the alarms doubled or something.
Yep.
You mentioned Fernando specifically. I think we've seen just a lot of his personality already on social media and stuff. Just what's he like?
Great guy, really energetic guy, really happy person. He brings any room he's in, kind of just positive energy. And, he's one of those guys, it doesn't matter if you're a top guy on our team or the bottom guy on our team. He's going to walk up to you smiling, how's your day going? He just wants to keep the energy positive at all times, and I think that really helps. And I mean, great guy, even better player. I mean, even better guy than player, but he's a great player as well.
What's your take on the O-line? I'm sorry, did you want to say something else?
No.
I didn't mean to cut you off. What's your take on the offensive line as a whole? Because obviously there's been a lot of new additions there.
Yeah, I think they're blending really well together. I think Coach Mateos is a great coach. He really built a big brotherhood in that room, and I think that's what you got to be. You got to love the guy next to you as an O-line, on the O-line, because, I mean, it's a unit. It's kind of like D-line, but, I mean, even closer. You got to, I mean, because one person messes up the whole offensive scheme. And, I mean, overall, I feel like they got a really tight bond, and they got some great players at the portal too. So
nobody would know better than you. Are they better than they were last year?
Oh, I think so for sure. Yeah. I like a lot of the guys that were on the O-line last year, but I think getting Fernando, getting Nichols, and getting Blackstock out the portal really helped our O-line. Keeping Braun, Kudus, you got Tykees Crawford as well. I feel like we got a pretty solid unit.
Sam says Tykees should be fighting for a starting job.
Oh, yeah.
He's been here a while. What's your take on Tykees?
Oh, I mean, he comes to work every day, and, I mean, he's lifting more than he ever has. He's working harder than he ever has. I think he's realizing that, this is coming to the end. My time's almost up. It's either all in or nothing. So I think he's chose the all in route, and he really wants that opportunity to get that spot.
Quincy, he's kind of, I guess, like your understudy, similar size, maybe not the same build, but similar size. What are your thoughts about the impact that he could make this year?
Man, he's great player, always competing, and he pushes me to be better because, and I push him to be better. And, overall, I think he'll help us a lot this season. We really needed him to take that step, and I think he's done it. And, he's always been great in the pass rush, and honestly, if his run game was better last season, he would have played some last season as well because his pass rush is so dominant. But his biggest thing this offseason was really trying to perfect his run game and get his run game good enough to be able to help us this year. And, he's done it for sure. He's taken major strides. He's always been a really strong and fast guy. He just had to get that run game down, and I think he's done it. So I'm ready to see how he performs.
How was June Kodge's spring?
Oh, it was great. He reminds me a lot of a guy like Jashad Stewart, like really explosive and has a really high motor. So, he comes to work every single day. He's trying to develop his pass rush more because he came from a smaller school who didn't work it as much. So every day, he's getting extra 30 minutes, 45 minutes of straight pass rush work, just trying to perfect that because, he's phenomenal in the run game. He's really explosive and, knows what he's doing.
So he had 15 sacks last year and didn't have many pass rush moves? Or?
No, he had 15 sacks, and he was just dominant. Just dominated that league, a lot stronger, real explosive. It's like, once he gets those few extra moves down, he'll be able to do the same thing to guys in this conference. So.